Play with the magic, no camo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, and thanks for joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. It's got to be a relief to see Pau Gasol back, hale and hearty, and ready to go. It'll be the force off the tip. Here are the starters for Cincinnati. Duncan is out there with Robinson. Then it's Wilkins. And it's Rose. And it's Kittles in at the shooting guard. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for Cincinnati. A lot of teams with a lot of new players, Greg. This time of year can be a real challenge to mesh.
No doubt. You know, getting everybody on the same page sometimes, it can take time. And then you have to build that trust. Weathering the storms together will obviously help you do that.
Outside, George. Passes it to Gasol. Green breaking loose. Gasol, no good. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. There's the pass to Duncan. Inside. Robinson misses.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I briefly spoke with Cincinnati's head coach. This is their first game of the season against one of the better defensive teams in the league. He said, we have to be patient offensively and not just settle for mediocre shots. It's about moving the ball and making that extra pass. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, thank you. We'll see if they can execute, Greg, well enough to beat the good defense.
Yeah, and it's about identifying the right matchup. You almost always have an advantage somewhere on the floor.
You can bet they've been doing a lot of scouting, really getting a chance to prepare for this game. This should be an interesting game of adjustments.
George passes to Iverson. Outside, Green. Back to Iverson. Just 5 on the clock. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And here's Cincinnati. Duncan outside. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
George passes to Green. Feeds it to Gasol. No good that time. Excellent D that time from Robinson.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Rose passes to Wilkins. Over Iverson. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Lions lead by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. We hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've seen from Cincinnati, guys, what are you seeing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. They've got Tim Hardaway. Chandler out there with Carlos Boozer. Then it's Paul George, and it's Houston at the 2.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Hardaway with it. Westbrook picks him up. Got a piece of it. Three-pointer. And another three for Cincinnati.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Here's Hardaway. Chandler outside. Back to Hardaway. Stolen by Terry. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Pittsburgh will take it the other way. Hardaway for three. Rebounded by Doherty. So the Force, their last game, a win against Albuquerque. The feed to Terry. A minute 42 left to play here in the second quarter. Pocket 6 from the arc. Here's Doherty, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Really nice move there. Doherty has such a polished skill set. Makes it an easy conversion for him in the painted area.
And it'll be Pittsburgh with their first time out of the game here.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Hibbert's checked in for Pittsburgh. Johnson comes in for George. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Westbrook against Hardaway. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, and Hardaway there squared up from distance. He is as reliable as it gets from outside.
Terry outside. Westbrook against Hardaway. And it's Westbrook again missing. Pittsburgh trails by 7. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Houston from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Cincinnati. They've led by as much as 10. For 3, Westbrook. The putback, Doherty. It's good on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Johnson outside. Pass to Houston. Chandler with the screen on Terry. And it's denied. But they recover it. Here's Houston. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Gotta love seeing Houston get space there to shoot it from deep. He is one of the best from beyond the arc.
And here's Westbrook. He feeds it to Terry. Stojakovic with the 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Cincinnati with their lead standing at 6 points.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, and guys, for Cincinnati, Kenny, how'd you see it?
Well, you've got to love the work the reserve.
That about wraps it up.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
On the court right now for Cincinnati, Duncan is out there with Wilkins. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Kittles in at the 2 guard.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Outside Wilkins. Now Rose. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Force. It's a 10-point game. Outside, Green. And Gasol gets it to go.
I mean, the mid-range jumper, one of Gasol's favorite and most consistent shots.
There's 1:38 left in the third quarter of the game. Rose with the ball. Outside, Wilkins. To the middle. Wants to get it to Robinson, and does. Now here's Johnson. Outside, George. Green with a screen for George.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And taken away by Johnson. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. Count the basket.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Rose passes to Robinson. Kicks it to Wilkins. Duncan outside. Some nice passing here by Cincinnati. It's good.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Time called here. The Force will talk it over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
And Pittsburgh with some changes. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Gasol. Boozer comes in for Draymond Green. And Tim Hardaway subbed in for Magic Johnson. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Iverson outside. Nobody near George. Off target with his 3.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
That shot wide open. And now it's an 11-point Cincinnati lead. Iverson outside. Lets it fly. Can't nail the jumper. And so it's Cincinnati holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Pittsburgh trails by 11. They've got Paul George. Iverson is out there with Tim Hardaway. Then there's Carlos Boozer. And it's Chandler in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Here's Iverson. And the layup's good off the glass. Iverson's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Force.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
With the fadeaway. And Duncan with the basket on the assist by Westbrook. Duncan's got the lead up to 11 now for the Lions. Iverson against Wilkins. Basket counts.
And Iverson constantly driving to the basket, using that speed and athleticism to kind of wheel his way to the rim.
Here's Westbrook. Duncan with a screen on Hardaway. The shot's good from Westbrook. Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. With some arc, the shot is good. The Lions' lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Allen Iverson.
He never takes a break on any possession. He is ruthless on the offensive side of the floor.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I heard what Cincinnati's head coach was telling his team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do, stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
Here's Wilkins driving the lane, and he banks in the layup. Wilkins has got his first 2 points.
Boy, he is quick off his feet and really stronger than he looks. Wilkins can burn you in that painted area.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. Good on the first, and that brings them to within 10. Derrick Rose is checked in for Cincinnati, and so he hits both. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Duncan. He dishes it to Wilkins. Outside Robinson. Duncan inside. Guarded by Green. Robinson. And no good that time. And the Force going the other way now. Iverson with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Rose against Iverson. Rose in the post over Iverson. Second chance effort, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
One shot.
And that one falls for Robinson.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
And here is Van Exel. It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
And pulled out all the stops to fight his way inside, but the D just was not giving in.
So we see Cincinnati get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Like, hey, so much in my bag, it ain't